Hello and welcome back to another video of DDRP. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Bryson.
In our last video, we worked on the floor pan and painting it with the PR15, which is a sealer. And in this video, we're going to be taking out all of the trim and engine pieces in the interior to get ready for paint.
And don't forget, if you like these videos, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, and share.
Okay, out here working on the Dart again, and what we got to do is remove all the chrome trim along the car, all the stuff around the windshield, the bumpers, which I already got the front bumper off, the rear bumper, the headlight, the grill, all that stuff's got to come off. And so this one right here, the bumper, 3 bolts on each side, 1, 2, 3. This is just to a support member. But yeah, got the bumper off pretty easily, and we're going to keep working it. Alright, so we took off the bumper, the grill, and the headlight bezels. Here they are over here. Headlight bezels, grill, bumper. We also took off the trim that goes along the trunk, the back bumper, the tail lights, the back bumper grill, and an emblem. And so here's this tail lights, bumper grill, some trim pieces, a Dodge emblem right there. So these ones that are left on the sides here are a little bit more tricky. Got to figure out how to get in there and remove those. So that will be the next task. And then we're going to remove all the trim around the windshield here, inside and out. The inside's a little bit worse for the wear, you can see right up there. Got to remove all that. And then we're pretty much ready to take it in and go get painted. Alright, so for the back piece here, it's pretty simple. You access it from the trunk, and there's 3 screws on the back. What's interesting is that these little nuts have rubber nut and a metal nut. And those rubber nuts sometimes are a little bit difficult to get off. But anyway, this one is easy to remove, but you couldn't really take it out until you got the next piece out, which is this one right here. So this one was also fairly easy to remove. It has these clips on the side, and really all it took was a little bit of leverage and it popped right off and went all the way down. So that one was pretty easy to remove. The center one had already come off when I got it from the previous owner. But you can see it's got the similar style clips, except one difference here is that it has a metal nut right there that I can unscrew from the inside of the door. And I'm not really sure what this one was, but I think it might be similar to the one on the other side. Okay, so next, this one was a little bit more difficult. So this piece right here, again, it starts out with some of the plastic on some of the ends here, but in the middle here, it had a metal retainer clip. It looks like this, and it has a washer on the back. So I actually had to take off this fender cowling to be able to get up underneath and remove the nut from the side. So it had one there, it had one here, and then the front piece that was connected to it also had 3 nuts that needed to be removed. And then these little tiny pieces on the front also had nuts that needed to be removed. It was 3/8, 7/16, and 1/2 inch sockets that I needed to use to remove all of those, and then some of these prying tools as well to remove all that. So not super difficult once I figured out what to do. This one right here was the most difficult, just because I had to figure out how to take off the inside fender barrier there. So that's what I did. Now Dakota gets to do it on the other side. Show you what his looks like. So now Dakota gets to remove all of that. Morning, Dakota.
Alright,
What are you working on?
that's it.
Okay, so what are you using to do that?
Using the 7/16 socket reduction.
Okay, and how are you getting to those bolts under there?
Then going up behind here and
Cool. So Dakota has all this trim to remove today. That's the big project for this afternoon. I thought it'd be interesting to show you this too. One of the reasons that we're removing all the bumpers and trim and everything like that is so that we can take the car to get repainted. And I took off these front little trim pieces here. Wanted you to see this. You can see that this is probably the factory paint right here that hasn't seen the light of day in almost 60 years. But it's, back in the day they used to use just a single stage paint and gloss all in one. And it's fairly shiny, but just thought you'd be able to see kind of a difference between what it looked like from factory and what it looks like now with 60 years of paint fade. So anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting. It'll be looking so nice when we get the whole thing repainted. There it goes. There it goes. Now you should be able to pull it out. Careful not to bend it too much. Yep. Slide it on out. Now this is original pieces, so we gotta be very careful not to bend anything possible. Good job. Looks good. So really close to taking the Dart in to get painted now. There's just a couple of things that remain, including this driver's side remote mirror. In order to remove this mirror, I had to get inside the door. And maybe you can see it. There is a bolt right in there where I had to take a 7/16, basically reach inside and loosen that bolt to get it out. But even to be able to get to that bolt, I had to remove basically the entire window assembly.
So in this portion of the video, we've removed all the components from the engine bay that we can because it's going to get painted along with everything else. So that includes not only mechanical components, but all the electrical components and the wiring and the headlights and the harnesses and everything. So it's a pretty clean engine bay right now.